Children, we have seen that cellular respiration needs oxygen or air from the outside. How does the humans avail oxygen from outside? The humans and many organisms avail oxygen rich air from the outside through a process which is known as breathing. So in this module we will study about breathing. So what is breathing? Breathing is a process in which air from the outside is drawn in and the carbon dioxide produced as a result of the cellular respiration will be expelled out. The process is known as breathing. So it involves two steps. Breathing involves two steps, which are inhalation and exhalation. What is inhalation? Inhalation is also called inspiration. Drawing of air from outside into the lungs through the nostrils is known as inhalation. For example, this is inhalation. Drawing of air from the outside through the nose is known as inhalation. And inside the lungs, the gaseous exchange will be taking place, and as a result, the carbon dioxide produced will be released into the lungs. From the lungs, this carbon dioxide rich air expelled through the nose out. This process is known as exhalation, also known as expiration. So, what is exhalation? Exhalation is a process in which the carbon dioxide rich air from the lungs is given out. The process is known as exhalation. For example, this is exhalation. Okay. So, breathing constitutes two processes, inhalation and exhalation. So, normally a healthy person breathes 15 to 18 times per minute. That means in a minute a person can breathe up to 15 to 18 times. But those who are doing vigorous exercise, they can breathe 25 times per minute. Okay. And now let's see the mechanism of breathing. What are the organs necessary for breathing? The organs necessary for breathing are called respiratory system. What is the respiratory system made up of, you know? The respiratory system of humans is made up of a pair of lungs located inside the chest cavity, and which leads to a tube which runs through the neck, which is known as trachea, and the trachea goes out through a narrow passage inside the upper part of the mouth, which is known as nasal passage, which ends in the external nostrils. Okay, so these are the external nostrils. These external nostrils goes to a passage which is known as nasal passage. The nasal passage goes down through a pipe which is known as windpipe or trachea. Windpipe or trachea, and the trachea divides into two, and each branch reaches into each lung. There are pairs of lungs in humans. Each lung is located inside the chest cavity within the ribs. So these are the ribs. So inside the ribs the lungs are located. So in humans the respiratory system composed of external nostrils, nasal passage, windpipe or trachea, bronchi and lungs. So the trachea divides into two tubes. Each tube is known as bronchus, plural is bronchi, and these bronchus reaches a balloon-like organ which is known as lungs.